still waiting on a camera and microphone setup, ordered this month. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers. So this week we're going to try filming just something right here so I can use my camera mic, hopefully to get rid of some of that annoying buzzing. So this trick we're doing this week is something you want to do for either just like one spectator or for your social medias. Here's how it looks. We're going to have the spectator touch a card. In this particular case, they touch the 8 of clubs. That goes back in the middle, square it up. We set it down, we just get that card to pop out of the deck and into our hands, like that. So how do we do that? Thus far in this channel, I've only tried to teach some easy stuff because I want you guys, if you're going through these videos, to gradually learn easier moves, then more intermediate moves, then more advanced moves. But here are a couple moves that can stay with you for a while, give you something to work on for a bit and slowly over time. The first move we're doing is what is called a spread pass. So to spread cards, we're going to take the deck in left hand mechanic's grip or dealer's grip with the 3 fingers here. We're going to take the pinky finger and move it back. This gets us into what is called straddle grip. So a straddle grip, you could take your thumb away from the cards and you can still hold them. We're then going to take and push off a pack of cards deep into the crotch of our right hand between the thumb and the index finger. And when I say deep, I mean deep, like really get it in there. That's going to give your fingers room to come underneath and form a cage. Now look at what my pinkies are doing. See how my pinkies are along the back here? That's going to let me keep this even as my hands spread the cards. So your left hand is doing all the spreading, it's just pushing the cards. Meanwhile, underneath, your fingers are just coming apart. And you see, I can get my fingers a good ways apart and still not drop any cards. But you do want to give your fingers as much room underneath to form a cage as you can. So as we spread cards, we let them touch one. With our left hand, we show them the card. And as we come back, what we're going to do, and I'll try to expose the angle here, we're going to assemble this top half in the right hand forward of the bottom half. So we want the bottom half to come back towards us. And as we do, we're going to flatten the right hand out. As that happens, the index finger of the left hand is going to kick this half into the hand, and it's going to come over the top as we square. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring the chosen card to the top. So at speed, they see the card, the 10 of hearts in this case, as we reassemble. Now from there it looks obvious, but if you're either straight on or even better just to the side here, they see the card, in this case the Joker. When we square it up, it looks like nothing is happening. Now if you do it from the front, you are going to want to come over the top a little more with the right hand to cover that half. I have seen another version of this where you show the card and then as you reassemble, you just take that and drop it on as though it were the other half. And that works too, although I like mine better just because I like economy of motion. I don't like any extra movement if I can avoid it. Something you should consider doing is making a spreadsheet with 2 tabs. One tab labeled top controls, one tab labeled bottom controls. Because even though in this particular case I'm showing you how to control using a spread pass, you could use any top control here. You could use a dribble control, which is this one. Show the 4 of clubs, dribble the other cards on top, and now you've got the 4 on top. You could use a Kelly Ouvette top control where you turn your head and show the card, in this case the Joker, and then as you reassemble, you've got the Joker back on top. There's any number of top controls that could work here. You could really substitute in any one you want, and if you've got a running list of the ones I teach, you'll be able to use whichever ones are more comfortable for you. But in this case, we're using the spread pass. So I'm going to take the chosen card, we're going to control that to the top, the 7 of diamonds in this case. We're now going to do what is called a one-handed top palm. So you're going to hold all 4 fingers on top of the pack with the thumb bracing on the bottom. There is a little sweet spot here on the upper right-hand corner of the pack where if you apply pressure with your pinky and push forward, that card will pop up into your hand. Now if you've got an old deck where the cards stick together, this move can be really, really hard. It's best to practice this with a newer deck of cards. Also, if you want a sweet tip for keeping your cards in good condition, what makes them sticky like that is the oils from the hand getting onto the deck. If you wash your hands regularly, your cards will last a lot longer. Also, the lighter a grip you can keep on the cards, the longer they're going to last. Look how lightly I'm touching the cards here. I'm using almost no force. New card handlers generally want to have this death grip on the cards because they're afraid of dropping them. Don't be. Learning magic is dropping cards. In fact, one of my friends has a son who's learning Magic, and you can just tell he gets embarrassed every time you drop cards. And what I told him was, hey man, think of it this way. To learn the move well, you've got to drop the cards 300 times. So just start counting down. 299, 298, and he started doing that, and it made him way less anxious about dropping cards. So consider that. Prioritize keeping a light grip on the cards, and if you drop them, hey, you're one step closer to having it right. Anyway, one-handed top palm. All 4 fingers up here. The pinky on the corner, and you're using these 3 fingers and the thumb to hold the deck somewhat tightly, so that when you push here, that card pops up into your hand. So as I set the cards down, I've got the card here. Now for a proper palm, there's 2 points of contact. There's the point of contact here in the fleshy part of the thumb and on the edge of the pinky, so that if I took these fingers away, the card would still be palmed. This gives you like some motion of the fingers and allows your hand to look relaxed. Now, if your hand is relaxed, like right now I'm not holding anything, my fingers naturally curl like this. So if you have something in your hand, you want to make it appear as though your hands are empty and natural. So what do? I curl my fingers like that around the card. Now, there will be times when you have a card palmed, where like if I'm doing a classic color change from the bottom where I want my fingers to be straight. But in this case, I just want it to look like nothing's in my hand. So I curl my fingers like that. So we get our one-handed top palm. There it is. And you can see this deck is older, so that card wants to come with it. We set the deck down. Now normally what the move here is, I've got the card palmed here. If I pull back with my middle finger and my ring finger, it will bow the card out. Once that happens, if I put my thumb behind it and push it free, it's going to extend. So if I just wanted to do something like that, I could. We get the one-handed top palm up here, and you notice that I can point this very, very close to right at my spectator and still be okay. Notice for this trick, we're getting the one-handed top palm, we're bringing this other hand over, and we're popping it into that hand so it looks like it's just popped up out of the deck and into thin air. So again, we've got our chosen card on top, and it looks like it just pops out like that. So there you go. There's a fun one that'll teach you some intermediate sleights, but some sleights that'll serve you well nonetheless. They're definitely worth learning. Thank you again to all my supporters on Patreon. If you would like to support me on Patreon, you can do it for just $1. You'll get your name in these videos. You can get one-on-one coaching with me on your Magic. If you hit the proper tiers, I'll invent and record tricks for you and your friends. There's tons of benefits, so get in on that. Help support a guy. If you don't want to do that, consider hitting the like and subscribe button. That's how YouTubers do this, right? Smash the like and subscribe button! But actually, data shows that asking people to do that does help your channel to grow, so go nuts. Tell all your friends. Tell your enemies. Tell your enemies. Anyway, thanks for swinging by my channel. I hope you get some use out of this, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.